Hi, and welcome to Talks with Shay. So, today I would like to begin with reading from Luke chapter 3, verse 10 and 11. And it says, And the people asked him, saying, What shall we do then? And he answered and said unto them, He that hath two coats, let him impart to him that hath none. And he that hath meat, let him do likewise. So, today, for part 3 of giving, I would like to talk to you about There's Hope. So, today we have with us Mr. Robert. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
You doing okay? So, he's going to sit and share with us today a little bit of his story and how things just started getting a little rough for him. You know, we're in the month of Thanksgiving. We have so much to be thankful for. God has truly been good to us. And sometimes, if we're not careful, we could take life for granted, you know. And I always like to say it like this: every person is one step away from making the worst decision that can change their whole trajectory of their life, you know. So when would you say things started kind of getting a little rough for you?
Around 2019,
Okay.
um, I split with my baby mama
Uh-huh.
and I became homeless, and everything just seemed to fall apart.
Mm-hmm.
I was working, but then I lost my job uh, December the 2023,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh, right before Christmas.
yes, ma'am.
Wow.
Yeah, and it just been difficult. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've I was drug user.
Using drugs.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and
So you was using drugs while you were employed, or that was
yes,
after you lost your job?
yeah, while I was employed,
Mm-hmm.
and it just seemed to, it seemed to,
Just start falling
yeah,
apart,
falling
things started
apart.
going wrong.
Uh-huh.
Right. So whenever you were employed, as we talked about before we started recording, you had
Mm-hmm.
mentioned that you were homeless even while you had a job.
Uh-huh.
What got you in that situation? Your breakup between you and your significant other at that time?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh, I had I'm a military. I'm a vet.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
And we was always getting kicked out of somewhere because of her,
Mhm.
because of her mouth, her attitude.
Mhm.
And this last time, I got us in with my veterans affair things, and I just left. You know what I'm saying? Because it was too much for me to bear. And as I was working, I was staying in hotels and outside sometimes, or with another person or something like that. There, so.
So did all of like, I guess y'all clashing, did it cause you to lose like some of your veterans? I guess because y'all as a veteran, like, don't you get like monthly money or something like that? Like, how does
Uh,
that work?
I really don't know. When I got in discharged, it was a other than honorable, which
Oh,
isn't a
okay.
bad discharge, not a bad conduct discharge, but it's like right in between the honorable, and so I didn't. I've been trying to fight it,
Right.
but
So you didn't qualify to get those
yeah,
services.
seriously,
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
like
You
that.
know, it's so funny that, you mentioned that because I always wondered that. Like when I see homeless people standing outside with signs and saying like a vet and stuff, and I always wondered like if you're a vet, like you're supposed to be getting money every month. But I see what it's so amazing how God worked things out. And then you were in that same situation. I've always been curious about that. And so it all depends on how you were discharged.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so you were homeless after you lost your job. You moved out of the house. You said you were hotels, sleeping outside, and all of those things. And
Yes,
at that time, were you living in Texas or were you in Louisiana?
I was in Texas.
You was in Texas. So
Yes.
how did you get to Louisiana?
Uh, my cousin, Mr. Washington,
Okay.
APEN Ministries,
Okay.
Outreach Ministries. I told him I just I called him. I said, well, man, can I come out there and try to get sober again? You know what I'm saying? And he said, man, if you're coming out here to change your life, yeah, you can come on out here. But that's what I'm doing out here. I'm changing lives out here.
Right.
And I came out here, and I could, you know, I can get sober. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't had the taste of drugs in my mouth.
Right.
You know, I'm all right.
So you've been sober?
Yes.
Well, that's good.
Yes,
Congratulations.
and you know, he's been helpful for me. He's pointing me in the right direction, or the direction that he took, because he himself,
right.
yeah, is
Doing well.
Yeah, doing well, and you know.
Because you're currently, typically, you're homeless now.
Yes.
Okay. But you're staying with Mr. Washington. And so he's trying to help you to be able to get on your feet and things like that.
He's connected me with some jobs. His connections are, you know, but my background, you know, it's real.
It's affecting you to get a job.
Yes, it's affecting me real bad.
Yeah. I actually did jail ministry for like about 10 years. So this is how this was birthed in COVID, Talks with Shay, because I couldn't go back into the jails anymore to minister to the ladies and stuff like that. And so I can, you know, understand how hard that is, you know, for you, and trying to just get your life together. But hopefully, you know, with the help of Mr. Washington, you'll be able to find you a job somewhere, you know, in the community to be able to help you. What is that one thing? Because in the midst of even being homeless now, having to rely on somebody else to have a roof over your head, I know that can be, for one, you have to swallow your pride to be able to do that, especially as a man, right? Yeah. So it's a very humbling experience in a sense too. But in the midst of all that, it's always something that we could be thankful for. So I'm sure you're very thankful for Mr. Washington right now.
Yes. I'm thankful for it. You know, when he started it, it was just feeding on Thanksgiving. But now I see it's took off, it's blossomed, it's grown a lot. You know? And so I'm thankful for Mr. Washington. Yeah.
It's almost like God always, you know, regardless of what we go through, God always seems to put somebody in our path to be able to help us along the way. You know, so I thank you for sharing that. You know, if you had a takeaway to tell somebody today, what would be that one thing that you would encourage somebody today that might be listening in and thinking, you know, they are going through a lot right now and they just need a word of encouragement from somebody that life might not be the best? You know, it's probably, you didn't realize you'd be probably here at this age, right? Life happened, right? So what would be that encouraging word that you would give somebody today?
To just know that everything's gonna be all right, you know, and don't force anything, you know. Just take the road that God's giving you, or you know what I'm saying, and everything's gonna be all right.
All right now.
Yeah, right.
That's some good advice, because guess what? Everything will be all right. And God's timing is perfect timing.
Yes, ma'am.
And he knows what he's doing. Take that path, just like he said. Thank you so much, Mr. Robert, for allowing me to meet you today and interview you. Thank you so much. So before I go, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, check out my website at www.talkswithshay.org. You can subscribe to my videos on YouTube and find me on Facebook. Like my page, share my page, invite your friends to like my page. And until next time with Talks with Shay, Shay is out. Y'all stay blessed.